ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to welcome you to this first episode of Nisa Voices,
where Muslim women speak the truth, justice, and faith.
Thank you so much, ladies, actually, for amplifying that theme. This particular episode of this podcast, Nisa Voices, is organized by IWILAP, the Islamic Women's Initiative for Justice, Law, and Peace, as a space to amplify voices of women and also prepare them to deal with the several challenges that they face, but also speaking out with a legal mind to be able to counter the challenges that they continue to face. This organization, IWILAP, has existed for over 12 years and has served different communities, focusing mainly on legal aid and a number of other interventions, including strategic litigation. I have two ladies with me today to officially begin the discussion, this first episode. Let me allow them to introduce themselves. I'll begin with you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lukwago. My name's Kirswabi Jasmine, and I work with Islamic Women's Initiative as a legal for Justice, Law, and Peace as a legal officer. I'm so excited to be here. Looking forward to share much with everyone.
It's a pleasure having you. Let's also allow our second panelist to introduce herself.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yes, my name is Haula Nalubega, and I work with Islamic Women Initiative for Justice, Law, and Peace, and I'm the head legal. Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much for being part of this discussion. We also have ladies in the background, lawyers by profession, who also confess Muslim faith. It's a pleasure having you ladies on this podcast. All right, let's begin by getting a little background about Islamic Women's Initiative for Justice, Law, and Peace. What is this organization, and what exactly has it been doing since its commencement 12 years ago?
Thank you so much. Islamic Women Initiative for Justice, Law, and Peace was founded on 3rd September 2013, and it's basically a Muslim organization that deals with women, Muslim women, later on other women or girls, and we do rapid response, strategic litigation, and we handle matters regarding best faith and basically Muslim women and girls. Yes, and in legal aid and rapid response, we handle Muslim women who have issues, that is to say gender-based violence and sexual reproductive health rights, and we occupy different spaces, especially in rural areas, that is to say Budaka, Mukono, Kabimbi, and Wachiso district. Yes, please.
Those look to be areas where there is a considerable number of Muslims.
Yes, please.
So is that the main focus areas of this organization?
Yes, please.
All right. In your work, what kind of interventions do you provide? Or what are some of those stories that you can tell us? Things that you can reflect on and say, we were really able to make an impact.
Yes. First of all, we had a very known case of Haji, which was all over social media. It was a defilement case, and a prominent Haji was alleged to have defiled his daughter, and still this case is still in court, and we are behind it. We've done a lot of initiative to make sure that justice prevails. And another case we handled in Budaka, Kadhi Court. It was about sexual reproductive health rights, and it had to do with abortion, and the matter was about alleged that the person, I will not mention the name, but she had allegedly aborted, and there was a mischief about the abortion, and the husband wanted her out of the house. But remember, as Muslim women, and lawyers, our work is to intervene and make sure everything is in order. The matter was handled in Budaka, Kadhi Court, and it was settled. So it is a milestone for us.
So there are a number of cases that you've handled
Yes,
and
please.
situations that you can talk about in the last 12 years.
Yes, please.
Now let's hear from Yasmin. As you go out there in communities to interact with the different Muslim women to address their issues, what are some of the issues that they are bringing out?
Thank you so much. When you go to the Muslim community, many Muslim women are ignorant about their rights, sexual reproductive rights. Someone will be pregnant, like someone gets unwanted pregnancy, they want to have the pregnancy terminated, of course, with varied reasons, but they cannot do that because of the stigma in the society, because of what they believe that abortion is a wrong act. Yet this person is suffering. Maybe the person is pregnant and pregnancy is affecting their health, but they cannot have it terminated because they are scared of what the people will say. Many women in the society are facing gender-based violence, but they cannot come out because they will fear, what will people say if I left my marriage, especially those who are in marriages. What will people say about me if I've left, or like when I've left my marriage? So they keep inside there. IWILAP has put up advocacy meetings so that those women can come up and speak, and also have put up through legal aid. Islamic Women's Initiative has been able to help those women who are having issues with sexual reproductive health. Yes.
All right. You talked about the issue of abortion. One would say maybe in the Muslim faith it's not allowed. Are there any instances where it's allowed?
Yes. Islam allows abortion where, in cases of rape, for instance, if someone has been raped, that's under the Islamic jurisprudence, where in cases of incest, where the mother is mentally ill, yes, and where the fetus has abnormalities, and it has been proved by doctors that the fetus has abnormalities, abortion is allowed under such circumstances. Yes.
All right. Now let's look at faith, feminism, and legal empowerment. It's an issue also that you work on as an organization.
Yes.
What can you tell us about that, the thematic issues that you're handling in that particular regard?
Us being a Muslim-based organization, we mostly deal with issues to do with Muslim women and girls. So when Muslim women and girls have issues in the society, back in the society, we reach out, we go there, we reach out, they talk to us, and we amplify their voices, and we help them. In case it's a legal issue, we file cases in the courts, so that we see that these women get justice. Yes.
And in regard to this particular podcast that you're launching today, how does it support your initiatives as an organization?
Being a Muslim-based organization, yes, and that helps women, Muslim women and girls. The podcast is going to be a platform where Muslim women can come and air out their views, air out their worries to the public so that they can be heard. Yes.
All right. Now, let's look at another aspect that you're looking at, and I'll come to you, Haura. It's about healing through storytelling, the power of the voice as a particular theme that IWILAP is focusing on. What can you tell us about that?
Yes, thank you. Back in that day, Muslim women had no voice and they couldn't speak. They couldn't tell a story. They were out there shattered. IWILAP, like we said 13 years ago, this organization was formed on the basis of Muslim women speaking, telling their stories. So the healing cycle is all about taking care of the wounded women. The wounded women who want to be heard and who want to feel at home. And when you look at what we will do in the healing cycle, we already have a therapist who is going to talk to these women as far as gender-based violence, sexual reproductive health rights, because we are the voice. Yes, please.
So you have a place that you've set aside to receive such women,
yes,
for purposes of helping them.
Yes.
So what would be your call to the women out there?
Speak up. Please come through. Speak up. Don't shut up. It's your time to say something.
So a woman out there who is suffering and wants to be part of that healing circle, How do they actually get here? Someone will be wondering, somebody following this podcast and will be saying, how can I take advantage of this opportunity?
Um, The IWILAP as the organization has set up the healing circle, and we have a toll-free line where such people like women can reach us through. The number is 039324113. They can contact us, talk to us, so that we can bring them here and have them speak to the therapist so that they can heal.
So it's a toll-free line.
Yeah, it's a toll-free.
If you can explain a little bit further, what else is in the healing center? So if a woman comes to this place, apart from the therapist,
Yes.
Maybe you're receiving a woman who has been battered, they have no place to stay. Are you able to help those kind of women who are in distress?
Yes, we are. The space is big. We can accommodate someone. We cannot let someone suffer there. We set up this place specifically to heal those women with wounds. Yes.
All right, you're the legal officer. Paint for us a picture. Somebody walks into this place, the healing center, and probably beyond being healed, they want to seek justice. How do you receive this person, and what else do you do?
Yes, thank you so much. First of all, when a person comes to the room, we first get the history. We introduce ourselves, we get the history and the background of the case. And then after, if the matter is like gender-based violence, we first report the matter we encourage. Because Muslim women most of them don't have the nerve. But after counseling and encouragement, they come out and speak. So if it's a legal issue, like gender-based violence, we advise the person to report the matter to police, the nearby police, especially where the case took place. Then after filing the case, the person is summoned by the police to come through, especially the husbands. And that is when the file starts to move. This person can do a statement, like all the procedures in police, as we guide as far as the matter is concerned. Yes, please.
So that means your main focus is prosecution. Because I've not heard you say maybe we'll invite the husband and we sit down. Maybe
No,
we have some sort of reconciliation. Maybe
yes.
It's a small thing here and there that can be sorted out.
I think we handle a case as it comes. Because sometimes sometimes the matter is beyond repair. Like you cannot shield a matter of defilement. You cannot shield that person. You only have to encourage the mother, if the victim is a child, the mother to speak up and move forward with the matter. There are cases like a man doesn't take care of the family. You come and harmonize the matter, you talk through it. Most of the time, these men just want to be guided. But there are times when a matter is beyond that a person has to face the consequences. Yes, please.
Right. So you started this podcast with the idea of bringing different women from the Muslim faith to actually speak out. How do you think this will change the narrative or the scenario?
I think this will change the narrative because, like we said, speaking. Most of the Muslim women, even the lands, they're afraid of speaking. They don't know how to speak. They rather live because they have the capacity to take care of themselves, but they cannot speak out. So this is the voice. This is the voice. If a woman who is battered in a corporate world sees that, okay, this person has spoken out, she will come. Speaking out is also healing. So I think this is also a milestone for Muslim women to come out and pour. Yes, please.
Then let's try to look forward. As an organization, you've existed for 12 years. Your latest addition to the struggle for Muslim women's rights is the Healing Center. What else do you think you can do going forward? Any plans in terms of litigation, in terms of public awareness? How do you bring more people on board to be able to achieve your objectives?
We have partnerships with other organizations. We do advocacy. Through advocacy, we speak about issues that we are advocating for as an organization. Then we do strategic litigation, where we file public interest cases, matters that affecting Muslim women. Like, for instance, now we have a petition on about the Qadi Code, about formalizing the Qadi Codes, the operationalization of the Qadi Codes.
What exactly is wrong with the Qadi Codes?
The Qadi Codes have been there in Uganda. The Constitution provides for Qadi Codes, and the Qadi Codes are there, but they are operating informally. So we go to court, we petitioned court, so that we have these Qadi Codes operationalized, formalized, so that Muslim women can go there and receive justice in a proper way. Yes, that's why we filed a petition. It's ongoing and it's in the court.
So that's a petition about Qadi Codes?
Yes.
Any other matter that you've handled in the past?
Like my colleague talked about the case of Haji Muizela, the defilement case, and we still have more petitions that are on the way that we are preparing to file.
All right.
Yes.
Now, Paula, I want to speak to you about this issue of gender-based violence that you keep bringing forward. We come from a cultural setup where certain things are not supposed to be spoken about. And sometimes when it comes to religion, we actually told some people will use religion to silence others. So in this context of Muslim women, don't you think people will say you're going a little bit far?
Yeah, and it's not news.
Someone out there will say, this is my family issue, why should you interfere?
Yes, it's a family issue, but why do you sabotage your own family in that instance? Because as far as gender-based violence, it's not news. It's not news, and people think gender-based violence is slapping or beating a person, but they don't look into the root of the matter, and still they don't look at the after effects of gender-based violence. And sometimes it has implications on both the family, the children, and the community at large. Because if you are my neighbor and you keep on beating your woman, will I sleep? I won't sleep. If you are my neighbor and you keep on beating your husband, will I sleep as your neighbor? You're already infringing on my rights. So I think it's not even about women. Even men are battered, men are insulted, men are beaten. So I don't want to clothe gender-based violence as a woman thing. It's not a woman thing. It's all over. When you look at gender-based violence, when it comes to women and men, I think men are even more silent on the same. But if a man can come out and say, you know what, I'm being beaten at home, why don't you give an ear? Vis-a-vis a woman, I think we should go back to speaking up. Help out. You cannot sit on your rights. You see your neighbor being beaten, and you say, we are used to those people. They'll cool down. Why don't you sit up and say, why are you doing this? So I believe it's not even a woman thing at all.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Now, like I already stated, we have audience in the background. It would be interesting to hear what they actually say about this initiative of a podcast where Muslim women are being encouraged to speak up. So let's get 2 or 3 views from the audience to understand clearly what they think about this particular podcast. You just introduce yourself and then you tell us exactly what you think about this initiative.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Maria Magezi, a lawyer practicing with a woman company advocates. I have a question and a concern, I guess. About the initiative. You are specifying the Muslim women. How about a non-Muslim woman that is out there suffering? Because I have a TikTok page where I used to post encouraging words to my Muslim friends. I used to start by, hello Muslim friends, this is what you can do in case you are depressed or in case you're stressed. Until my non-Muslim friend reached out to me one time and told me, yeah, I find this beneficial to me as well, but you specified that you're sending it out to only Muslim friends. What then? Okay, I'll leave it at that. Then the other thing is about the Kadi courts. I've been to a Kadi court one time in Iganga. These Kadi courts are mostly formed up of only men. So a scenario where a woman who has been beaten in her home is coming to a Kadi court full of only men, reporting to them that their fellow man has beaten her up. How will this person deal with patriarchy and male chauvinism in this place? Because now these men in this court will look at that as a simple thing. Some of them say, Sulo mugoyo no muchala. Now you're coming to report to these people who believe that when you throw away the stick, you're spoiling your wife. How are these women going to benefit from these Kadi courts that you're advocating for?
All right. Would you like to respond very quickly? Yes.
Aura?
Thank you so much. And I think I'll go with the first question. The non-Muslim women. We don't only handle Muslim women. And when you look at rapid response, we handle like last month we had a conference in Budaka, and it had to do with gender-based violence. But we had a whole place full of women.
What kind of conference was that?
Yes, it was the conference is about gender-based violence and speaking out, and we did rapid response where women gave testimonies, and where we handled 15 cases on one day about gender-based violence, and we are following up. We set up meetings with their families, their husbands, and we are on the run about the same. So going back to the question about helping only Muslim women, no. It's just that us as a Muslim organization, we are looking at Muslim women because they don't even have their voice themselves. But we handle all cases. Let me say something little about the Kadi courts. First of all, the Kadi courts are under Article 129 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. And time memorial, they are not officially officiated to work, but they work informally. So why we went to court, to the Constitutional Court, we wanted the court to operationalize the Kadi courts so that they can formally operate. The issue about the quorum have also been there. The quorum is also another effect we have. That the quorum is full. The quorum is all men, and you cannot report a man who has beaten you up, who doesn't take care of a family, when you're reporting to him to a fellow man, and the quorum is full of men. So we are looking at that quorum as being unfair, basically. And when you look at our pleadings, we are saying, why don't we have a column where a woman sits to adjudicate, because she understands more of women affairs. Two, you cannot summon a man. As per now, when the Kadi court summon our husbands, they have a right not to attend. And when they don't attend, justice does not prevail. Why? Because they don't have the tools. They don't have the tools to summon a person, and if a person fails to come, they cannot compel the person to come on board. That is also another issue we have with Kadi courts. So the reason why we are still in Kadi courts, and the justices were asking questions. Why don't you use the Mohammedan Act? to address those matters. First of all, the Mohammedan Act does not address matters related to divorce. They don't have regulations, divorce, inheritance, and marriage, let alone custody. They're not anywhere addressing that. Two, they asked a question why we don't utilize secular courts that are already in existence. And our answer is yes, we would have, but Muslim women cannot or don't believe in secular courts. Why don't you regularize these courts so that Muslim women who believe in these courts can get justice all at once? Thank you.
All right. Yasmin, you want to add anything?
Okay,
Before we get another question from the audience.
Okay, I wanted to speak about the Kadi court, but how I handled it. I wanted to speak about the Quran. Us going to courts, petitioning the court, the constitutional court to formalize the Kadi courts. Like eventually, when these courts are formalized, the Quran will be equal. They will eventually put a woman on the Quran so that women feel comfortable before those courts.
All right.
Yes.
Do we have any other question from the audience or contribution to this discussion? Yes, madam.
Thank you so much. My name is Maria Mohammed. I work with Apollo Advocates and Associates. I would like to thank IWILAP for this great initiative. It's a great move, and I'm sure so many women who are going through a number of things that our sisters have mentioned are going to really benefit from this program. Mine, I have one concern. As an organization that has been in existence for more than 10 years, we're seeing that you've really expanded. You're working Wakiso, Budaka. Do you have anything in plan for people who are in islands? Because we see there are women there. We see there are people who really need your service.
Hard to reach places.
Yes, hard to reach places. Do you see yourself reaching out to such people? Because we see mainly such organizations only concentrate on mainland. What about far-reached areas like islands? Yeah, that's
All right.
all.
Can we get a response to that? Howla? Yasmin?
Okay, thank you so much, Council Mariam. IWILAP as an organization does not have a place that it cannot reach. We are ready to provide services beyond the mainland. Yes, so in case we get a case that's on the island, we can still go there and give legal aid to that person. Yes.
Do we have any other submission from the audience? You want to say something?
Yes,
Howla.
please.
Yes, please.
If I may answer, Councilor actually the only problem we have with places, far-reach areas, like we don't have paralegals there. Had we gotten paralegals who can give us information about such places and their concern, we're already on board. But we just need paralegals on ground to give us thumbs up.
All right. One more contribution and we call it a day. Can we hear from someone? Any other person with a point to make? Yes, please. Please speak out. We'll be able to hear you.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
My name is Victoria. I'm not a Muslim, but I'm part of the audience. My concern is about the constitutional petition that is in court. You said, Councillor Jasmine, you said it's ongoing. They haven't decided.
Yes.
Yes. Don't you think that what you're petitioning for to officialize these courts, the Kadi courts, it's not going to bring justice that you want? Because the little Islamic law I know, I see men are given more powers in this religion. Do you think you'll get justice? Look at the quorum we've talked about.
Yes.
It is constituted of men, and also I don't think, to me,
You don't think you
Oh,
get this?
yeah.
She's doubtful. She's doubtful.
Will you get
Can you allay her fears? Why do you think it's likely to happen? When you were in court that very day, did you get a semblance that something good is likely to come out of it?
Yes. Let me ease her fears. First of all, this is the first of its kind. The first of its kind. You know, Muslim leaders have tried, even in parliament, to make sure that this law comes up. But it's always out there and it freezes in the shelves.
That's the Muslim personal law? Is that
Yes,
what
the Muslim personal law bill. Many Muslims have really tried. And for this petition to come this far, I believe we will get justice. And still on the Quran, like she said, believe me, they know what they're doing is not right. And remember, these people are not formally on board. They don't even know they're listening to court, to cases. Like what does Islam say about this? They don't even know that how a judge. Now, last year we handled the case of abortion in the Catholic court, but it came in as a matrimonial case. Yes, the man wants me out. The man wants me out because he thinks I aborted. But remember, this woman had issues with the fetus. That is when the Catholic court came in. At first, it was a marriage matter. Then deep down, it had to do with abortion. But believe me, these judges or the panelists don't even know the procedures. They cannot even write a judgment. It was upon guidance. It's not like they don't know what to do, but they need trainings. Later on, they need to know that these women also have rights to sit on those. I remember there is also a hierarchy when it comes to education in Islam. You cannot put me on that panel because I know nothing in Islam. But remember, this is a Muslim court.
But do we have women in Uganda who well versed with Sharia law? Because I believe that's what.
Yes, they are there. Yes, they are there.
We do.
But you cannot bring a woman to sit on a committee or a court that is not regulated. Who gives her the mandate to sit there? We are saying, let the law come into place, let them be guided, let them be trained, and then there are Muslim scholars here who can do a very good job.
All right.
Who are Muslims.
All right. Now, before we actually close this particular episode, there's something very important that Victoria raised, where she actually says, in your religion, men are given so much power. I'm not a Muslim, but I've also had a suggestion that, your right path to paradise is through the feet of a man. I don't know what that means. I don't know, maybe you can tell us, what does it imply? Your path to paradise is through the feet of a man.
I believe that's I don't know, should I say saying or stipulation in the Quran or saying just
Is
it's
it a
meant.
myth?
I think it's a saying, but it's meant.
It's not a, what do they call it, hadith?
No, it's not a hadith.
Okay.
So it's a saying, but it's meant to compel women to obey their husbands. So it's not something that's there that it's you're supposed to, like before it, okay, like your only way to paradise is through your husband. It's just something there just to compel women to obey their husbands. And just to answer her, to relieve her of the fears, Islam preaches equality between men and women under the Quran. So once these courts are operationalized, and the structure will be there, these judges will be trained, and they will surely deliberate their matters equally and fairly.
All right. Lastly, I've heard also that saying that Islam is a religion of peace. But do we know exactly what Islam says about gender-based violence? Do we know what exactly it says?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
Yes,
Okay.
Aura.
Islam is a religion of peace, yes. and Islam does not agree with gender-based violence per se, and whoever does it, it's already an injustice. It's already an injustice. We have different surahs in Islam talking about treating women as flowers, treating women unjust and fair. And the moment you see a Muslim man being unfair to the wife or to a partner, it means he's not glued about his faith. Yes, please.
All right. I think our time here is almost spent. We have to bring this discussion to an end. But just a quick recap, the importance of this podcast towards your work as an organization. Yes, ma'am. And the message you want to leave for the women out there, or Ugandans who are actually watching, or the global audience who are watching this particular podcast.
Okay, this podcast is a platform where Muslim women and all, we are not going to specify only Muslim women, but also other people who are, like other women who are not Muslims can also come through, speak. They can speak through so that their voices are heard. They're always welcome. Our toll-free numbers are there. They're always available, so they can reach us so that they can be invited here to the podcast and they can speak through so that we can give them help and also maybe receive advice.
All right, with that, we come to the end of this podcast, but I want to inform the viewer that this episode and many more that will be coming to you every week will be found on the different platforms of the Islamic Women's Initiative for Justice, Law and Peace, including YouTube, X, and all the other online platforms. So do make it an opportunity or a target to actually get there and watch some of these podcasts, because there will be information there that will be very important to build you up as a Muslim woman, but also to help you understand better. They'll be handling different issues, including legal matters, issues to do with faith, and even contemporary issues that keep on emerging in our society every other day. I've been your host, Kenneth Lukwago Anderson, and thank you so much.